Hello everyone, welcome from Pi International Education. In this video, we are going to be looking at one of the tips and tricks in order to make your GED exam experience a little bit smoother. So as we know, every single GED question consists of three main parts. They are the question, then you have the context, and keep in mind that the context may be in different forms. It may be a picture, it may be a table, it may be a couple of paragraphs, it may be a flowchart. So the context of the question, the source that you will be using to find out the answer of your question might be in different forms. And then finally you have options, right? So these are basically the three common elements that you will always have in every single question that you face for your RLA, for your science, social studies, and your mathematics exam. So what we're going to be looking at in today's video is the order in which you should be attending to these three elements in order to effectively find your correct answer in the minimum of time. So when you come across your question, never go to the context first. Often, a lot of students, usually what they want to do is, they want to read the context, they want to read the table, they want to read whatever is written in the paragraphs and get an understanding of the passage before going to the question. Do not do this, especially if you are already familiar with the subject that you are giving the exam of. So if you're a science student, don't look at the context of your science exam first. Look at the question. So whatever the test is, always, first of all, look at the question. So this should be your primary target. So after you read the question will give you an idea as to which one you should target first. The context might be a combination of picture and paragraphs. It may be a combination of flowcharts and tables. So the context may be in different forms. But the question will oftentimes tell you from the diagram what can be found out, or what does the passage and the picture agree with, etc., etc. So the question will give you an idea in terms of where you can get your answer. So after you read the question, you go to the context. Now, do not go directly to the option from the question. Why? When you go from the question to the options, you run the risk of being confused and falling victim to the trap of the GED questions. There will be options which will be designed to make you confused, which will be designed to make you choose the incorrect answer. So when you go from directly the question to the options, you run the risk of being confused. Just to make sure that does not happen, what you should do is you go from the question to the context, and then you read the context, you understand the table, you understand the picture, and then you create a standard of your own. You create your own perception. You read the area, and then you understand what the context says, and then based off of what you have understood by reading the context, then you go to the options, and then whichever one of the options agree with whatever you understood from the context, that will most probably be your correct answer. So you are avoiding the risk of being confused by the options and being biased towards any one of the options. Additionally, one thing to remember, always look for keywords. So when you read the question will most probably contain a couple of important words which you can find out in the context. Now, not always will you find keywords, you might find synonyms as well. So let's say the question has a word photosynthesis. Then you go to the context, you go to the passage, you look for the word photosynthesis, and as soon as you get it, around the word photosynthesis, within a line or two, you will find your answer. And then after you understand the context, go to the options and then choose whichever one makes the perfect sense and coincides with whatever you understood from the context. This should be your correct answer. So try to use this technique to not only effectively find your correct answer in the minimum amount of time, but also to avoid being confused or falling victim to the tricks used in the GED options. Hopefully this was a useful video for you guys, and best of luck for your upcoming GED test preparations. Thank you very much.